What's up, guys? How you doing today? You rocking out with the one and only PhillyDom. I'm out here in Salvador Bahia, Brazil. We got a special guest coming on tonight, the one and only Master Wayne. He's going to talk to you about traveling. We'll talk to you about Amazon and how you can connect them two together. That can give you a life of relaxation and make you be able to. I said, what is it? Make you be able to. Will allow you to be able to travel and go to different places and still make money as you travel. Because the big thing is a lot of people travel, but they got to come back home because they don't make that type of money that they can, or they don't have the type of jobs that allows them to be anywhere in the world. They always have to go back to their home country, their home state, or whatever. So Master Wayne is going to open your eyes to something new and different. I see we got some people in the live. If you're in the live, just say hi to me in the comment section so I know you guys in the live. But we got Master Wayne. He's gonna come up pretty soon. The link is there, Master Wayne. It's in the comment section. Status Boom X, shout out to you, man. You made the book, man. You're in my book, man. You'll see it. You'll see yourself in there. You in the book, champ. You in the book at towards the end. I think it's gonna be like the last page. You in the book, man. So shout out to everybody, man. Yeah, it was a rough day here in Salvador Bahia, Brazil, because of the weather. It was raining most of the day, so we went out. We went out to the mall. I got some videos coming out. I'm gonna post them tonight, or no later than tomorrow. They'll be out. Richard, what's going on? He said, "What's up, Philly? Watching from Phoenix, Arizona. Shout out to Phoenix, Arizona." Then we got Sandra. Said, "What's up, Philly Don? All is well. All is well with the one and only Philly Dom." I see you, Master. You might have to put your name down there. They got like a different type of name for you there. He said, "What's up?" Okay, okay. No problem. But yeah, all is well after that. Just been a little rough with the weather out here. But we had a beautiful day at the mall today. You'll see the videos. They're coming out. You'll be surprised what we did tomorrow, man. But we did have a beautiful day. Status says shout out to D1, which is my dad, D3, my son, and Mrs. El Salvador, Hollywood. Much love. Nick Weber, what's going on with you, Nick Weber? I think you in the book too, champ. And it says, okay, okay, that's what's up. Yes, indeed. Then I didn't even see this person. Rocky Vit. Rocky Vit. What's going on with you, Rocky Vit? What's going on with you? I didn't even see you there. What's going on with you, Rocky Vit? Vet. Rocky Vet. If I'm saying it right, Rocky Vet. Yeah, sure. Sandra, I'm in Salvador, Bahia, Brazil. It's a city. It's a city of over 4 million black people. Salvador, Bahia. Sandra said, "Hi, Sandra. How you doing?" Rat, Sewer Rat, what's good, man? Thank you for the $5 super chat. Fat Max said, North Miami checking in. Shout out to you, Fat Mac, checking in from North Miami in the building. It's racket. Okay, okay. It's racket like tennis. Lots of laughs. Racket. Okay, I got it. Racket. Thank you. I just felt like I was pronouncing it wrong, so I had to make sure. Racket like tennis. Thank you so much. So, Rat, thank you for the $5 super chat, man. What's going on out there with you in Chicago? What's going on with you in Chicago, So, Rat? He said, "What's up, Philly? All is well." We just having the man of the hour come on, Master Wayne. He's gonna come on here and talk about Amazon and traveling. Status Boom said, "Surat, I see you. Much love." Then Nick Weber said, "Status, yes, sir. Yes, indeed." So you're welcome to ask him any questions about Amazon and everything. He's gonna give you the full rundown. Here we go. Boom. And I'll bring up even more. Boom. So how you doing, Max? Even though he's across the room from me, we actually doing it live in the same place. Let me put down my volume here. Put down my volume. Hold up. Yeah, he's across the room from me, so all is well. So I'll let him get in. has to say, go to Amazon. So I'm out.
All right. Master Wayne is in the building.
Hold on for a second.
Hold on.
Hold on. What the heck is it not? Hold on.
I gotta move this over and do it again.
Hold on. We have a little technical problem. Hold on. It's not you. It's on my end.
All right. Oh, there we go. Share. Okay. All right. They should be able to see my entire screen.
Hold on. What the heck? It's on my end. Now it's like not even working. Hold on. Okay. That's you. That's both of us together. Let me see something wrong.
I'll be in though.
Hold on. We having some problems today. This never happened before.
Let me exit out and come back in.
Yeah, do that. We having some problems. We're trying to give Master Wayne a full screen. Exit out, come back in. Yeah, I never seen it do that before. So we're gonna try to make Master Wayne a full screen. So just bear with us, be patient with us. Be coming back in now.
All right, I'm back.
Okay.
And let me share.
I'm still trying to. Master Wayne is definitely a good dude. Yes, indeed. Nick Weber, he is a good dude. It's still not letting me. It's not getting you by yourself. What the heck? Hold on, we're gonna get it right. This is weird. Fox, what's going on? What's up, Philly? Have you moved to Brazil 4 times? No, I ain't moved to Brazil 4 times. Let's see. It's not letting me let you by yourself, man.
It says the browser can't access your screen. Try capturing a different screen to see if this continues. So let me see. The browser can't capture your screen.
It's not catching your screen.
Okay. I believe I'm in Google.
Yeah, we're trying to fix it right now, guys. But after that, all is well. We just came from the mall. Who's at the mall?
Nick Weber, what's up, man?
Oh, I got an idea. I can do something. Let me remove myself. I'm gonna just let you. I'm gonna take myself off. Hold on, and you have the whole thing. All right, Master Wayne.
Okay. All right, so let me get, present, and yep, there's the screen, and share. This browser can't access your screen. Try capturing a different screen. Okay, so let me try a different screen there. Screen. Okay, this is screen 2. Yeah, I'm getting the same error message that you're getting. It says, let me see, slides. Let me try slides. Google Slides. Add a Google slide. I'm gonna just try to add my Google slide presentation straight to, instead of sharing my screen. All right, let's allow. Okay, FBA presentation.
I'm still here.
I think it's uploading the presentation now. I see it processing. Yeah.
I'm still here, guys. What's going on with you guys? Somebody leave a message. Somebody say something so I know that everything is all right. Let me know. Somebody leave a comment.
Yeah, this Boom X. What's up, man?
Status is the man. Somebody leave a comment. Let me see. I'm gonna leave a comment.
It says my FBA presentation is processing, so
Okay.
we're just waiting.
All right. Thanks, Weber. Yeah. So give it a second. We just had a little bit of technical problems.
Well, you know what? I might need to update. It says relaunch to update Chrome. Let me go ahead and update my Chrome, and maybe that's why it's not allowing us to share the presentation.
Okay. All right. So he's gonna update it. We're gonna talk. But yeah, all is well, man. All is well out here in Brazil. Just maxing and relaxing. Salvador Bahia got a lot to offer, man. Yeah, it has a lot to offer. A lot of different things going on here. It's a really cool place, cool city. It gets overlooked a lot because of the other cities here in Brazil. Like I said, like a Rio de Janeiro or like a Sao Paulo and stuff like that. But overall, it's an amazing place and it's some cool vibes here in Salvador Bahia. So I can't stress to you guys anymore. If you have an opportunity to come to Brazil, definitely put this on your travel list. Make a trip through here and stay for a couple of days and just soak up the vibes of the city, the culture, the lifestyle. Because it's like when you in Rio, you in Brazil, but it's not. You don't feel the same culture that you feel here, like in these places. Like the culture vibe is different here in Rio. I mean, in Salvador Bahia. So it's an amazing place. Status Boom said, "Have you been eating some good chicken?" This is yes. That's funny you asked that, Status, because today I ate some chicken. Yeah, I ate some chicken today, some baked chicken today. It was real good. Yeah, so I have been eating some chicken, man. Yes, I have, Status. I've been eating chicken, man. Shout out to you, Nick Weber, everybody. Surat, thank you again. Okay, here we go. Boom. We're gonna have Master Wayne take it from there. There we go.
All right. Yeah, so I just need to.
We have two screens. Let me take one down. There you
Uh,
go.
okay, we're in business. And let me take it to slide. So, all right, guys. Most of you already know me, either in person or just doing the lives. There's a little feedback. Can they hear me? Let's switch over to the comments. Guys, put something in the chat if you can hear me.
If you can hear him, put something in the chat. Well, they can hear you. I put mine off. So.
Yeah, I think that's the feedback I hear from you. Yeah, we're just waiting for a little feedback.
Fine now. There should be no feedback at
all. Okay. All right, yeah, I think that's good. Nah, I still hear it. It's like a lap. I'm speaking, then I hear myself speaking. Unmute. Let's see.
Can you hear Master? Can you guys hear Master?
Yeah, if they can hear me, then if they can hear me, then I'll deal with the feedback. But as long as they can hear me.
You got two screens. I don't know how you got two screens up there. You got two screens up there.
Okay, then that's probably where the feedback is coming from.
You got two screens.
Or let's see. Oh, okay. I'm gonna close this out. Forced. I got my passport. My very first product was a pair of nail clippers that I named the Smiley Face Nail Clippers. And you can still see those nail clippers on Amazon to this day. They're the nail clippers with the smiley face design embedded in the nail clippers. And that was my design. I came up with that. And I've always been an entrepreneur. I've always been an inventor. Matter of fact, I patented an invention back in May of 2000 called the Advanced Turning and Signaling System. Long story short, it's just turn signals embedded in your steering wheel because most people activate their turn signals and forget they're on. but with your turn signals embedded in the steering wheel, it's right there in front of your face. So, it's hard to forget that you turn them on. And also, if you have a manual transmission or automatic transmission, a lot of times, if you're a smooth driver like I am, then you like to keep one hand on that armrest and on the shift lever. And, you got your turn signal levers embedded into the shift lever. So you don't have to hit that actuation lever on the side of the steering wheel. You can just use it right there on the shift knob. So I still hold the utility patent for that to this day. All right, so what I'm going to be getting into now is just going into the details of how much of a behemoth Amazon is and showing you some real data on how big this corporation is and where they're going and why you want to be on this train taking this ride with this company. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so first question that I always get asked is this a scam? So again, we're talking about Amazon. So, usually when it's a scam, it's a company that you've never heard of, that you can't go fact check. Amazon is a household name. Matter of fact, when I first started selling on Amazon, 10 years ago, most people at that point weren't even shopping on Amazon. So that's how much of a head start I have. That's why I'm an Amazon guru right now, probably one of the top in the world, or one of the top gurus on Amazon on the internet, period. And I run my business differently. I don't tell you to go to a website and just sign up and watch 40 videos and hope that you can condense all the information. I actually mentor people. So, I spend about 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday, mentoring clients to success, because it's much easier for someone to show you how to do something than for someone to tell you how to do something. Like, I can tell you how to drive a car if you've never driven a car, but if I actually show you how to drive a car and it's your first time, you're going to be much more successful. So Amazon sort of got their start because the Amazon back in 2004, when the internet was in its infancy, it put a lot of brick and mortar universities out of business. And this means that there was now surplus of books all over the place. So Amazon said, okay, send those surplus of books into us and we'll put them up on the Amazon marketplace and sell them. And that's how Amazon got known for selling books. And so it just came about at the right time. All right, so Amazon is a very simple business model. Over 60% of all the products that you buy at Amazon are shipped in by third-party sellers. That's small businesses, mom and pop shops, people like myself and my clients. And I'm gonna be breaking that information down a little bit later on in the presentation, but those products are sent into fulfillment centers. And from there, they're dispersed all over the United States and all over the world to fulfillment centers, and they go live on the Amazon website. And then you go to the Amazon website, you find a product that you want, you click add the cart or buy now, and then Amazon, either employees or robots, pick those products off the shelf. They send them to the dock where they pack them up, they put them on a truck, and boom, if you got the Amazon Prime subscription, they arrive at your door, Amazon Prime 2 days. So that's how the whole entire business model works. Now, you've probably been to the grocery store within the last week. And so this is how I got started and how I discovered this business model. But I didn't do it all on my own. It just took me meeting the right person to open my mind up to what was possible. And then I pretty much just put a system together. So this is Peter Pan's Simply Ground Honey Roasted Peanut Butter, right? And if you're living in Atlanta or the states that you live in, if they have large grocery store chains like Publix, Kroger, or Wayfair, or Wayfield, or Safeway, or Giant, those large grocery store chains, you could probably pick this up. I used to go to the grocery stores and grab this for $2.86. And they would usually have about 50 on the shelf. I would get all 50 of them, put them in my cart, and I would bring them home. and I would go inside my Amazon account, print out the shipping labels, put them in a box, put one label in the box, one label on the box, and then take it to UPX the next day, and they'd be on their way to Amazon. So I would spend $143 to buy 50 jars of these. And then when I sold all 50, I would make a profit of $357 because on each individual jar, I was making a profit of almost $7.14. And so the actually thousands, tens of thousands of products that you pass in the grocery store every single day in which you could be doing this. But if you don't know, you just don't know. So I'm gonna be going in detail as to how this is possible and why you're sort of just leaving millions of dollars on the table. And you don't have to be going into a job every day where you're being underpaid and underappreciated. So by the numbers, Amazon's annual sales over $514 billion. All right. There's 300 million customers worldwide. Every single month, 2.7 billion people visit Amazon. Not yearly, every single month, 2.7 billion visitors. 66% of all consumers start their online searches for products on Amazon. If you want information, you Google it. If you want to buy something, you go to Amazon to start your search. That's 66% of all consumers. All right. 89% of small businesses on Amazon are profitable. 89%. All right. Nearly 2 million of third-party sellers are small businesses or third-party sellers. Now, third-party sales make up 58% of Amazon sales. So we are the machine and the gears that runs Amazon and allows them to make so much money. All right. And the revenue from third-party sellers grew 20% year over year. And this is not going to stop, because when I show you this other information, you're going to see why Amazon is just growing at an exponential rate. This is going to be one of the largest creations of wealth ever in our history, even more so than artificial intelligence. And you can see the United States is Amazon's largest global marketplace. And customers buy 7,400 products per minute from Amazon sellers in the United States. So all you have to do is get me to mentor you. I'm going to show you how to set up your own Amazon store correctly, get your products into Amazon so you can partake in this 7,400 of products being purchased every single minute. All right, now, again, Amazon was founded by Jeff Bezos in 1994. 1995, they started selling books, and I just explained to you where they got those books from. With the internet, also started a whole bunch of online universities. So therefore, you didn't need to go into the university anymore or the college. So you didn't need a paperback book. You could just download an ebook. And then 1997, Amazon went public. And then 1998, they started to sell more than just books. They figured out that, okay, you know what? We're doing well with books, but what about all those other of tens of hundreds of millions of products that exist in the world? How about we put all that stuff on our website? And that's what they did. And then in 2005, Amazon Prime was introduced, 2-day Prime shipping. And of course, they were utilizing FedEx, the Postal Service, and UPS, and then other carriers. But nowadays, they have their own delivery vans, their own delivery service. So you can see Amazon is slowly and quietly taking over. All right, 2006, Amazon launches third-party sellers began selling on Amazon. So that didn't take off until 2006. So you can just see Amazon's growth. And then, of course, 2015, Amazon launched Prime Day. 2016, Amazon revenue from third-party sellers exceeds its own for the first time. So right around 2016, third-party sellers were now bringing in more revenue than Amazon itself, because Amazon is just one behemoth, but they're not powerful than, collective unit of all these small business owners and third-party sellers. All right, 2020, COVID pandemic hits, and you already know how that worked out. And that led to the closure of many physical retail stores and supply chain issues, and e-commerce surges, and consumers shop from home more so now than ever. So thanks to COVID, boom, it's just cemented Amazon's market share in the world. And this is going to be the future. PhillyDom and I are here in Brazil right now. I've lived for the last year and a half. I lived in the Dominican Republic. And I said, and Philly has been here for 6 months. So I was like, Philly, I'm coming to Brazil next, man. So, I'm going to meet you there in Rio. So we met up in Rio, and we've been hanging out every day ever since. But surprisingly, Brazil is Amazon's fastest growing marketplace, 220% incline in the last year alone. Now, me and PhillyDom was out at the mall earlier today, and I'm almost 50, and I remember shopping at retail stores in the United States in the mall growing up in the 90s and the 2000s. And I remember when you couldn't even find an empty kiosk or an empty retail space. And the same thing is going on here in Brazil and in other countries like the Dominican Republic. These are developing nations. And so people still have to go into the mall to physically buy products because they don't have the infrastructure to just order something online and boom, it shows up at their door. And so if you enter in an Amazon marketplace like Brazil, you're going to have a 15 to 10-year head start on every other seller in the world. So it's like, knowing how successful Michael Jordan is and, taking a public buying shares of his shoes back in 1984 when Nike landed him as a client. They paid him $250,000, but his mother was like, we want more than that. We want Michael to also get a share of all Nike products that bear his name into perpetuity, which is forever. And so you can set yourself up in Amazon in that same very manner. And then, of course, pandemic ebbed in 2022. Amazon reports losses for the first half of the year before returning to gains in third quarter. And that was helped in part by Amazon Prime Day sales. So just like that, they were one of the first companies to bounce back from COVID and full speed ahead. All right, now here's the profile of our seller demographics. So 72% of all Amazon sellers are male. I didn't even know that. I actually thought it was female. So shows how much, no matter how much you know, unless you got the data, then you're only guessing. And of course, the United States is the largest marketplace, followed by the United Kingdom and Canada, and so forth and so on. And then the age range between the ages of 30 and 44 years old, 35 to 44, makes up the largest age of Amazon sellers. And you can see if the largest group altogether is from 18 all the way up to 54. So if you're anywhere within that age range, then you can do quite well on Amazon. And then, of course, it starts to fall off once you get over 55 and on up to 80. So, if you're over 55, you're probably too old to grasp, working online or being good with your computers or knowing your way around a computer. So, this wouldn't have been optimal for those individuals in that age range to know about Amazon. But, if you're 18 through 54, then you're going to be a little bit more savvy because you're part of a different generation. And of course, 40% of Amazon sellers actually have bachelor's or an equivalent, and then followed by a master's degree and an associate degree, and then 15% have high school diploma. So it really doesn't matter what your education level is. You don't need a master's, you don't need a bachelor's, a high school diploma or a GED is all you need. all right, and employment, 38% still work a full-time job while they're building their Amazon business. So this is something you have to dedicate hours and hours a day to. Just 1 or 2 hours a week will actually suffice, if I'm being real with you. So, 38% still have their full-time job. They build the Amazon business up to the financial level they want, and then they quit their full-time job. Now, 54% of all Amazon business owners actually do private label, followed by wholesale, and then retail arbitrage, and then drop shipping. So let me explain each model for you, and then why you want to do each. All right, so let's start here at the bottom. So 8% is handmade items. So, all those savvy people you see on Facebook and all over the internet on Instagram who make their own candles and jewelry, they make up 8% of Amazon sellers, right? Now, 17% of Amazon sellers actually do drop shipping. Now, I need to clarify this because drop shipping on Amazon is a gray area where if you do it wrong, they'll ban you. But if you do it right, then you're good. So here's the wrong way to do it. Trying to go directly to Walmart or Target or Home Depot. And, once you sell your product on Amazon, then you ship it directly from Walmart to your customer. Wrong way. In order to drop ship legally and correctly on Amazon, all your items have to arrive to your customer in a non-discrete brown box. Cannot have anything on it to disclose where that product came from, because Amazon wants all the consumers to be under the impression that those products came from Amazon. So that's 17%. Now, 24%, that's what we do, online arbitrage, right? This is where I start you off. So you're going to start off with online arbitrage. So what's that? Well, I'm going to show you how to use a proprietary mix of 5 softwares that will automate the whole process. But basically, you'll be purchasing products from the largest retailers in the United States. We're talking Walmart, Home Depot, Best Buy, Bed Bath & Beyond, who else? Lowe's, I can't even think of all of them, but just all the retailers in the United States, even retailers you've never heard of. We're going to purchase our products from their websites, and then I'll show you what to do after that point. Next is retail arbitrage. Retail arbitrage is when you actually physically go into the store, like I used to do with my peanut butter, and you purchase the item right in the store, then you bring it home and box it up and ship it into Amazon yourself. Great business model, but it takes a lot of time and energy. I used to go to Sam's Club and Costco's and buy almost $1,500 worth of merchandise. And shout out to Sober. Sober was with me during these times when I was starting this up, and we would go together and, just all that merchandise, bring it home. And, I would just sit at my computer printing out the shipping labels and all that stuff. Meanwhile, Sober's packing my boxes. So I want to give a big shout out to Sober because she put in the work. And because of that, she learned this business model from me, and she's doing quite well in it. So, but again, this is a lot of hard work because you got to spend hours in the store and hours packing this stuff up, shipping it into Amazon. And then that also takes hours and takes up a lot of space in your house. Now, so what I train you to do, what I'm going to mentor you to do is, one, the easy way, how to start off purchasing your products online where you don't have to touch anything. They go to a prep and ship center, and then the prep and ship center sends your products into Amazon correctly per Amazon's terms and conditions. And then I teach you how to skip over the retail arbitrage stage because you don't want to do that. And then I take you directly into wholesaling. So wholesaling is where I help you set up an LLC, get your tax identification number from the IRS, get a business bank account, a business license, and a reseller's permit. And now that you have all this in place, now you don't have to shop at retailers anymore like Walmart, Best Buy, Costco, Sam's Club, Home Depot. You don't have to do that. Now I show you how to go directly to the biggest corporations in the world: Nike, Under Armour, Disney, Mattel, Lego, Michael Kors, you name it, you'll be right. The Fiji water, the biggest selling brands in the world, the household names, you'll be selling those on Amazon. And those brands sell anywhere from 500 a month to 3,000 a month. And I'll show you how to cherry pick the best selling brands: Samsung, Dell, Apple, the best selling brands from the biggest, most successful sellers on Amazon, and then how to calculate how much inventory you can send in every single month in bulk, and sit back, kick your feet up, and make more money than you know what to do with. And that's what I'm going to show you coming up, is how much money you could actually make. And of course, then I'm going to take you from wholesale into private labeling and show you how to manufacture your own product. And now you're printing money. Now you're bossing up. When you travel, you're staying in penthouses, you're staying in villas, you're taking your girl shopping, you're doing all the boss level stuff. You'll have a car, you'll have a motorcycle, you will spare no expense. You'll live your best life before all this crumbles before our eyes. All right, now, FBA versus FBM. FBA is fulfillment by Amazon. That's the business model that we're talking about right here. But there's a certain percentage of Amazon sellers who don't ship their products into Amazon, and they're known as FBM. It stands for fulfillment by merchant. So they make up 37% of Amazon sellers, whereas FBA sellers make up 86%. And then, of course, 22% make up a combination of FBA and FBM, where they do both. So you can do both. You can mix and match, and I will get into that a little bit later, and I'll mentor you, whether or not you want to do that and whether or not it'd be advantageous for you. All right, so the top Amazon international marketplaces are as follows: United States, number 1, of course, Canada, number 2. Now, I want you to pay attention to the competition drop-off. This is important. This is something that you got to know in order to be successful. In the United States, you're facing competition up to 83%, right? But if you go over just north of the United States to the Canadian marketplace, your competition drops almost 60%. It's a no-brainer. All right, then if you go into the United Kingdom, look at that, 18% competition. Mexico, 12%, Germany, 10%, and Spain, France, Australia, Italy, and Japan. And there are a lot more Amazon marketplaces. In total, there are 19 and 13 different languages. The top selling category in all of Amazon, home and kitchen. This is where you want to start with a lot of your products, because these products are already ungated and ready for you to sell. But I'm going to set you up where you're going to have 15 products delivered to your inbox every single day, Monday through Friday, that you're ungated to sell, that are profitable, and you don't have to search for. And this is why my clients love me, because I give them this type of service, and it helps them scale their business up. All right. And then, of course, next is beauty and personal care. But beauty and personal care, the whole category is gated, which means you're not allowed to sell in that category. But if you want, I can show you how to get ungated for that entire category. And of course, when you get ungated for beauty and personal care, now you face a lot less competition, because a lot of new sellers never ever get ungated for beauty and personal care. All right. Clothing, shoes, and jewelry. This is on the fence. So if you do sell clothes or shoes, you can make a lot of money, but you're also going to have the highest rate of returns, because Amazon has a program where it allows consumers to order multiple sizes of a certain shoe or a certain item of clothing, so the consumer can try them on, see what fit is best for them, and then they return that merchandise. And of course, that's going to be a return on your account. So you probably want to skip that category and just go into toys and games, because toys and games have a much less threshold of returns. Now, a pro tip is go into grocery and gourmet food. Get ungated to sell all the grocery and gourmet food. The reason why you want to do that, come closer. Because Amazon don't allow returns for grocery and gourmet food. So if they buy it, they're stuck with it. And you don't have to worry about returns. Not that you have to worry about it anyway, because when you ship in FBA, Amazon is going to handle returns for you, handle customer service for you, and assume the liability in case your products get lost, damaged, or stolen before it reaches the consumer. So those are pro tips for you. Now, I was on with a client the other day, shout out to Walt. Now, Walt is one of my biggest pessimistic clients. You know, this dude drilled me, you know, before he even got started as one of my mentees. And before he got started, he booked a plane ticket, flew into the Dominican Republic, and, you know, it was like, Wayne, I want to come out to your villa so you can sit me down and show me this in person, because I want to see it on your computer. So I was like, okay, no problem. So that's what Walt did. He purchased a plane ticket, flew to the DR. I met him at Roombas, invited him back to my villa, set him down on my computer, and showed him, and boom, he was convinced. He was a client. And so Walt was like, Walt is at a level now where he's making $5,000 every 2 weeks, right? And he's a truck driver, so he still spends a lot of time in that truck, but he's about to break free from that truck and turn his business up. And I gave him the next segment of his plan of what he's supposed to do. But Walt was like, well, I don't want to do that. And here's the dilemma that Walt has. I told Walt that I'm going to show him how to reverse engineer the largest sellers on Amazon. And he's going to cherry pick one of their best selling brands. So let's say Samsung, Lego, or Disney, right? Or Barbie or Mattel. And you're going to choose one of those brands because one of those brands could probably give you 30 different products that you could sell under that brand name. So I'm going to get you authorization to sell their products. And Walt's dilemma was, well, Wayne, okay, that's all good, but once I get authorization to sell maybe Disney or Lego, how do I find the distributor or wholesaler? And I was like, Walt, you're overthinking it. He was like, well, why am I overthinking it? I said, Walter, 74% of all the products that you purchased on Amazon come from China. So you don't have to wishful thinking that hope you can find the supplier or manufacturer or distributor. You know, you're thinking backwards. I was like, I'm going to show you how to find 74% of all the supplies for all the products on Amazon. And that's just going to China. And then the United States is the other, 26 to 33%. So finding a supplier, that's easy work. You could actually befriend a couple of other Amazon sellers who sell those same brands and say, hey, can you point me in the right direction? So this is the vital information that I give when I mentor people. I also flip your mindset because a lot of people's process of how they think, keeps them restricted and locked up and then not 9 to 5 because they don't know how to break those restrictions. But that's what I'm here for. All right, now, very important. This is your number of products per seller. So if you come all the way down here, 8% of Amazon sellers only have one product. And that one product is more than likely going to be a one brand or it's going to be private label. But what I want you to do is focus in right here. This largest percentage of Amazon sellers, 16% only have between 6 and 10 products. And that's all it takes once you get to the wholesale level. You'll just need 6 to 10 products or 6 to 10 brands that you are authorized to sell, that I can get you guarantee authorization to sell. And then from there, you sell those 6 to 10 brands, which could be 60 products with just all of them together. And then look up here at the 4% of sellers. 4% of elite Amazon sellers got over 1,000 products. But the sweet spot, of course, is 16%, 14%, 11 through 20 products, 21 through 50. Now, in arbitrage and what I'm going to teach you, most of my clients have between 50 to 250 products in the Amazon store. So they make up this 12% of Amazon sellers right here. All right. Now, Amazon average product price. If you sell something under $10, you're now competing with 14% of all Amazon sellers, right? Now, if you go and you sell a product from $20 on down, you're competing with the largest market share of Amazon sellers. So that's roughly, let me see, 20, 34, 45. Let's just call that almost 50% of Amazon sellers sell those products within from $20 on down. And we can even go higher, and we can go all the way up to 50. Look at that. That accounts for nearly 90-something% of Amazon sellers. However, if you're paying attention and you sell products at $51, all the way up past $101, all the way up, you're now only competing against 9% of Amazon sellers. So this is something I drill into all my clients. If you play in the kiddie pool, $50 and below, you're now going up against 90% of those 2.5 million Amazon sellers. But if you focus on products that are $51 all the way up, you just did yourself a favor and cut out your competition by a factor of 90%. And this is something that most new Amazon sellers have no idea of. And that's what they do. They come in here and they play with products that are $50 on down, and they wake up the next day and they're facing 10 new sellers, and they're wondering why their product can't sell. Well, you're shooting yourself in the foot because you didn't come to the game with the right game plan or the right knowledge. All right, here's another way to shoot yourself in the foot. So this is Amazon average monthly sales. So 17% of all Amazon sellers earn less than $500, 500 and less. Now, for the same amount of work, look at this. 1,000 to 5,000 is also 17% of Amazon sellers. So it's just it's thinking that you can come and sell on the Amazon marketplace without mentorship, without tutelage, and be successful, but you're going to shoot yourself in the foot and you're never going to make it over $500 a month. But for the same amount of work, you can have somebody giving you the blueprint, and you can come into the game making between $1,000 to $5,000 a month. And I have probably about 10, 15 clients making between $1,000 to $5,000 a month, and they're happy with that. And then for the same amount of work, 16% make $10,000 to $25,000 a month. So you don't want to play around here with this 34% or this 44% when you can be up here in the elite level, making $10,000 a month on Amazon and more. And that's just for starters. That's your first 6 months. And then I can teach you how to scale. And look at some of the lifetime sales of Amazon. Most people never make over 25,000. 12% make between 25 and 50,000. 8% make between 50,000 and 100K, and 12% makes between 100K and 500K, and so forth and so on. And it says 58% of enterprise sellers report sales above $250,000 a month. So think about that. A lot of people will be like, well, how much money can you make on Amazon? If you want, you can make $1 million a month. There's 21% of Amazon sellers making $1 million per month. That's not yearly, guys. That's per month. So this is huge business. And so, and this is directly from Amazon's data themselves. And so it reveals how lucrative it is to sell on Amazon and how you can grow and scale your business to an enterprise level. So, think about that. 60% or exactly 58% are making $250,000 a month. I got clients who haven't even been selling a year, and 6 of them are now making between 10 and 15,000 already. And now I'm taking them from the kiddie pool to the adult pool, and now they're going to scale up. And by the end of this year, most of those 6, or if not all 6, will be making probably $100,000 per month. And what about me? All right, so I'm the master, I'm the guru. What's in my bank account? All right, so here it is for your eyes to feast on, because there's no cap. You know, I don't cut corners, I don't make excuses, I don't cheat. I just do it straight by the book, because in the military, this is what I was taught: do something right the first time, so you'll never have to do it again. And my father was also in the military, and what he taught me was how you do anything is how you do everything. So do it right the first time. And so, as you can see, I've been very successful on Amazon. And this is a screenshot of me at the ATM and what's in my bank account. But you know, this is not enough. So let me now show you. So this is what a screenshot of my Amazon account looks like. So that's 26,000. And then I also had this video. So again, I don't want to think you're just looking at screenshots. This is me in Santo Domingo, and boom, I recorded this, and boom, you can see my secondary cell phone right there on the table, and I got 3 monitors set up, and I'm holding my secondary cell phone and showing you my Amazon main account, and I'm refreshing the screen. And now you can see 2 days later, that balance went from 26,000 to 32,000. And again, that's monthly, and that's child's play. I'm just playing around, you know, but I also own, you know, private label products that are also doing some real good numbers for me. But this is just my arbitrage business by itself. And, you know, since I was in the DR, it's trying to convert me back over to Spanish. I just refreshed the page. And again, you see the same numbers. And you see my daily sales. And so you can see there's no cap, there's no screenshot, there's no Photoshop. This is all 100. And I know some of you are skeptical or pessimists, and I'm cool with that. So I've also just wanted to give you this. So I bank with Navy Federal Credit Union. I got a couple of different banks that I bank with, but ultimately I have my money deposited in Navy Federal Credit Union. And you can see this is my deposit for this statement period. That's 35,000, and I spent 23,000, and that I saved 14,000. So, you know, the way my brain is situated now in life, you know, I don't intentionally try to save money. I just make more money than I spend every month, and by default, I save. All right, and then here's another bank statement, and boom, that's another deposit of 32,000. Now, I remember one time somebody asked me, okay, well, why not show us a more recent bank statement? Because this is last year. And so where does it end? I'm not going to update this presentation with new bank statements every week or every month, because that'll just be redundant. You know, I'm trying to disseminate knowledge here and help some of you over the hump and break away from that 9 to 5 so you can grow and not only change your life financially, but the life of your family, your parents, you know, pay off your parents' house, get your passport, travel the world. And of course, all right, so, you know, Master Wayne, okay, we see you making money, you've done your thing, but what about your clients? Are they making money? Remember my biggest skeptical client, Walt? Here's Walt right here, now making almost $5,000 every 2 weeks, and he's still working his 9 to 5. As a matter of fact, he's just got back from a trip from Cartagena, Colombia, with him and 2 other guys, and he's going back in May. And this time I'm gonna join him. I've been to Cartagena myself multiple times, and this time he wants me to come with him and just have a good time. So I'm gonna pull up in Cartagena on him, and we're gonna have a good time. You know, but you know, Walt was a skeptic. He was sitting right where you're sitting. He saw the same presentation, and he bought a plane ticket and flew to the DR. I was like, okay, I need to see this in person, Wayne, before I jump down. And that's what he did. And this is one of the best decisions he ever made in his life. And coincidentally, a lot of times some of the loads he delivers or drops off are Amazon loads. So he was in the business without making money from the business. All right, here's another client of mine, Mark Metellus, same place. And he was on this live with PhillyDom, and you know, he's from Haiti. And he was like, Wayne, I want to get started, but me and my wife are already selling on Amazon. We're selling books, but we can't make over $1,000 per month. I was like, no problem, Mark. Send me over your information. I'll get you started and subscribed as one of my mentees, and I'll get you over that hump. And boom, here he is now, closing in on $12,000 a month. So he was able to crush that threshold of $1,000. And then this is old. This is like 2 months old, this screenshot right here. So now Mark is probably like around $15,000, $16,000 a month. And here's Vanessa. Vanessa hit me up and she was like, Wayne, you know, my husband was a breadwinner. He just had a massive heart attack. And, you know, now, you know, we got limited savings. So I don't know what I'm going to do. This has to work. I said, Vanessa, no problem. Send me over your information. I'll get you started. And, you know, if you follow the script and you listen to what I teach you, I'll make sure you set yourself up financially for the rest of your life. So you'll now be the breadwinner, and now you can care for your husband regardless of their expense. And she was able to do it, and she thought she was going to make $5,000 when she sent me this, but she actually ended up making $6,000. And then she was able to also start a secondary passion, which is writing her book. And so, you know, this is what I bring. This is Andrea Furlow. She was one of my fastest growing clients. Within 45 days, she had made $1,200, and you know, there was no turning back for Andrea. So, you know, you can hit the ground running fast. You can scale this up, and a lot of people aren't really cognitive of the fact that Amazon is just like real estate. You can flip your Amazon business. So let's say you get to the point where you're making $10,000 a month. That's $120,000 a year. You can now put your Amazon business up for sale. And this is totally legal. And you can probably come back just like Shark Tank with an evaluation of 2 to 3 times the amount, because you've already put in the work and got an account and a system that's proven, that's duplicable, that somebody can purchase, take over, and have that monthly revenue. And then they can grow it to a higher level and you can keep a percentage. And so let's say if you're making $10,000 a month, that's $120,000 a year. You get an evaluation 3 times that. That's that'd be $360,000. So boom, you sell your Amazon business, you get a nice fat check for $360,000 in cash. And what do you do the very next day? Shake your head, yes. You start a brand new Amazon account. And within 30 days, you just had that back up to another $10,000 a month, because you already know how to duplicate your success. You already know what brands to sell, how to get ungated to sell the brand, how to set up your account. And again, you know, I'm mentoring you, so I'm right there with you just in case you forgot anything in the beginning. And so boom, you're now in the business of making $10, $20, $30, $40,000 a month, but you're now flipping your Amazon business also. So there's almost no way to lose here. And one of the questions I also get asked is, well, Wayne, what if I ship in products and they don't sell? So what? You get to write them off on your taxes as a business inventory expense. And it doesn't matter whether or not it's sold or it didn't sell, you can write it off as profit, or you can write it off as a loss. And so there's almost virtually no way for you to lose money. You just got to follow directions. The mentorship that you're going to pay me to mentor you, you can write that off as a business startup. All right. And then let's say you fly to Brazil to train with me in person. I got another client, Anthony Peterson. Shout out to Anthony. He might be on tonight. And he lives in Thailand, but he's in New York right now. But he's like, Wayne, I want to fly into Brazil and train with you in person. I was like, Anthony, that's no problem. You just let me know when. And he was like, end of July, close to August, we're going to make that happen. So he can write that off as a whole business expense, you know, the flight, the cost for food, all of that. And here I am in Las Vegas, and this is a client of mine. This is Tavar Jones. Shout out to Tavar. And you can see, boom, $5,000 a month, $436 bringing in sales per day. So Tavar hit the ground running, and she did very well and still doing very well. And she also flips pallets and put those on Amazon for sale. But Tavar lives in California, and she got in her car and drove 3 hours north to Las Vegas to come and meet me in person. So that's the level of service that I provide, because people aren't buying plane tickets to come and see you if you want the truth, and they're not jumping in their car driving 3 hours to come and see you if you're not a bona fide guru. So I'm like the Dalai Lama of Amazon. And here are 2 other clients of mine, Sheldon and Marsha. And they live in Atlanta, and they purchased a plane ticket, flew to the DR, and actually came to stay with me in my villa for 6 days. And, we had a good time. And this is Anthony the Boss Hampton. Again, Anthony, when I started mentoring Anthony, he was already doing real estate, and he had a full plate over the things to do in his life. So I remember Anthony didn't do anything for the first 3 months. And then after that 3 months, then he got started. And it only took him 6 months from that point to get to $10,000 a month. And now he's way past this number. This screenshot is probably 3 to 4 months old. I just haven't updated, but I can just hit him up. It's like, Anthony, okay, where are your numbers? Send me a screenshot. And I'll probably update this in the next screenshot. And when you're purchasing these products, I'm going to teach you how to get cash back, how to get coupons, and how to get additional cash back off with a professional business PayPal account or a cash back credit card. And you can add all these things together. So I teach you how to download 4 cashback sites that we use and a coupon site. And you can see just from running his business, that's $242 in cash back that he's gotten. And this is just one cashback site. So if all 5 of his cashback sites are doing similar numbers, because you don't use the same ones every day, you'll just use different ones, so they all average out. So he's, just probably making $1,000 from cash back alone, and that doesn't even factor into how much money he's making monthly. And this is Elena. I know Elena for 10 years. We started playing volleyball together. And probably around 2018, we were playing on a volleyball team together, and we made it all the way to the championship and lost. But I had so much fun just playing with them, and we were such a tight-knit group. I took everybody out to Top Golf for 2 rounds of golf and lunch and drinks, paid for everything, and then we went and took everybody out to eat again. Then we did a escape room, and afterwards, Atlanta was like, "All right, Wayne, I see what you're driving. I see how you bossing up. What do you do, and how can I do it too?" And so I invited Lane over to my house one day and taught her the business model. And this is her making $10,000 a month. And so, she was one of my first, actually, Elena was my very first client. Now, during the pandemic, when Atlanta went into lockdown, you weren't allowed to leave your house. And the only loophole was Uber. So, I had 3 cars. I was like, okay, no problem. I'm going to do Uber. And so I can get out the house legally and not get into trouble. And I picked this young lady up for the airport, and she got into my car, and she was like, all right, you obviously do something more than Uber, because this is next level car right here. And I'm going to show you what my cars are in a second. But this is Audrey. And it's a long story short, Audrey was married. Her husband did real estate, and he gave her an allowance of $2,500 a month. Now, that's a lot of money if you ain't got to work. But her husband controlled everything. And, when she was like, all right, well, I want to learn this from you. So I was like, okay, no problem. So I sat down with her. I told her the business model. And when she told her husband, he was like, okay, all right, yeah, no problem. Here's the money to start the business with. So he gave it to her thinking, and the whole time he was thinking that this wasn't going to work. Lo and behold, you fast forward 4 months, and now that $2,500 that he's giving her, that's nothing, because now she's bringing in $10,000 on her own from her Amazon business. And man, Archie got a passport, and she started traveling, and she never looked back. So, it's just a success story. And boom, here I am in the Dominican Republic. And, here are 3 clients that actually flew in to train with me. Mike Logan and Ernest flew in the same day. And then Jay Gustavo flew in a couple of days later. And we're all sitting in my dining room, just going over the Amazon business. And I'm training them in person. So if you can't fly to me in person, no problem. I can train you like I do the majority of my clients or via Zoom. And you see this guy over here, Ernest Folks? Watch this. He just posted this in the FBA WhatsApp group. And boom, he's now $10,000, pulling in. So Ernest is now doing this thing. And, it took him a while to really find his groove. But once he did, sky's the limit. So Ernest is going to be eating real well now for the rest of his life. Because now, I'm having them choose a brand to get ungated for. And now it's time for him to start scaling up because he did all this with retail. Now I'm about to take him to the wholesale game where he could do this much faster at a much bigger level. And here's Giordano. So when I first started making money, I got my passport, flew to Medellin, Colombia for 3 months, met these two guys. And Giordano is from the UK, but he now lives in Medellin, Colombia. And I taught him the business about a year and a half ago. I called him up, was like, Giordano, you need to jump on this. He was like, all right, show it to me, tell me what it is. And I told him, and he already knew that I did Amazon because of my private label business when he met me, but he didn't know I had created this arbitrage model. And I created this model because of the dude sitting right next to Giordano, Luke Jordan from Arizona. And Luke had 20,000 questions for me. And he was like, all right, Wayne, so you're selling your own products that you own because of private label, but can you sell those other tens of millions of products on Amazon? And at the time, I had no idea. I had to come back home to Atlanta, go back into my laboratory, start mixing up some cauldrons and some potions and lotions. And lo and behold, Luke was right. You can sell almost anything on Amazon, but there's a way to do it. And for even products that you're not eligible to sell at first, there are ways that you can get authorization to sell those brands. And so it took me 3.5 years from 2015 to right up until 2018 to put this business model together and also make it duplicable so I could mentor and train other people. And that really wasn't even my intentions. I never thought about mentoring or training anybody. I just wanted to make it easy for me. And I wanted to make sure that I ain't have to work more than an hour a day. And so I could travel the world. And so that's how this whole business model came to be. That's how I put it together. So shout out to Luke Jordan. Shout out to Giordano for helping, giving me that inspiration to put this together. And here's my first Canadian client. Shout out to Renee Clark. And she sent me this screenshot because she was just so ecstatic and so happy. And it was her first official FBA sale. And now she's already going on to multiple sales and she's going to do big numbers. Because remember, in Canada, the competition is like 60% less than it is in the United States. And not only do people fly out the train with me, but my clients also become family members or my best friends. And so this is Adam from Alabama. This is Ronnie from California. And this is them just flying back in the DR, not to train, not to work, but just to hang out with me because we built a bond and, I just gave them more service than they ever expected in their life. And Ronnie lives in California, so he got to fly 5 hours across the United States and then another 3.5 hours just to get into the DR. So that's 8.5 hours, maybe 9 hours on a plane just to come spend some leisure time with Master Wayne. So this is the bond I've built with my clients. And again, this represents the level of service that I provide. Now, another question that I always get is Amazon oversaturated? Again, my motto is I never, ever, ever guess about success. I only calculate it and measure it, and that leaves no room for errors. You can almost get it exact every time without any nonsense. And so I want you to pay attention to this number right here, $638 million a day. That's how much revenue Amazon pulls in. And that's old revenue. I haven't even updated this. Now, there are 350 million people in the United States total. If Amazon paid every single man, woman, and child in the United States $1,000 a day, they would still make $288 million per day. So If Amazon pays every person in the United States $1,000 a day, every person is now making $30,000 a month. That's going to pretty much do away with poverty, crime, and homelessness overnight. Now, you're going to create a whole nother set of problems with that, but this is just hypothetical. So, is Amazon oversaturated? According to the numbers, not even close. If everybody was paid $1,000 a day, Amazon would still make $288 million a day. And this is old data. I haven't even updated this. So when people tell you that Amazon is overrated and oversaturated, just give them that little pop upside the back of the head because they don't know what they're talking about. They're talking out of the side of their neck. This is real data right here. They can Google and it's by the numbers. And so Amazon is nowhere near saturated. And they're a global marketplace, 19 different marketplaces. And so right now we're only talking about the United States. So far from saturation. Actually, they'll probably never become saturated because of the rate of growth and the rate at which people consume as versus selling. All right, so here are just some of my adventures because I don't want you to think that I'm just sitting at my computer making money and not living my best life. I'm living my absolute best life because I travel the world full time for a living. No game. I only go home for holidays, funerals, and weddings. And not every holiday, just the occasional holiday, like maybe Christmas this year, maybe Thanksgiving next year, or maybe a wedding or a funeral. So Hoover Dam, Guadalupe, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, Las Vegas, Colombia, Africa. And of course, I love toys and helicopter tours, motorcycles. I bought 2 motorcycles while I was in the DR. I gave one to my Novia and the other one to my best friend, just gave it away to him free of charge. And, you know, when you travel and you're living a lifestyle that's far above and beyond everybody else. And this picture down here in the left with this big pool, it was like a whole brand new condominium complex in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. And Monday through Friday, everybody be at work and I'd be the only one there. I would have the whole pool and the whole complex to myself where everybody else was at work. And that's how life is, you know. A lot of times I go to the movie theater during the weekdays because everybody is at work. Meanwhile, I'm just out chilling, living my best life. And here I am skydiving in the US. And this right here is called parapente. You know, I did this in Medellin, Colombia. They take you up, they put you in a harness, they run you off the side of a mountain, and you can look down and see the whole valley of Medellin, Colombia, perched in between 2 mountains. A lot of fun. I look forward to doing this again while I'm here in Brazil, because I know they also had this here. And it's just a lot of fun. It's exhilarating. Just don't drop anything because you'll probably never recover it. All right, and here I am at the top of Tres Cruces Mountain. Stands for 3 crosses in Medellin, Colombia. And you can see I'm ripped up. You know, I got the obliques, I got the 6-pack. And but this mountain, man, Medellin is already 5,000 feet above sea level. So, you know, even me being in great shape, I topped out halfway up this mountain. I had to sit down and rest for 15 minutes, get my breath because the air is so thin. And then at the top of the mountain, they got vendors, so you can see me eating a fresh pineapple, get my electrolytes back up. And then, you know, when I wasn't traveling, I would come home to Atlanta for a couple of weeks or a couple of months. You know, I was a season ticket holder to all the sports franchises. So the Braves, Atlanta United, the Falcons, and the Hawks. And it was always a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. And this is my Novia in the Dominican Republic, and this is her brand new motorcycle. You can see she was all smiles. And here I am at Spa Castle. If you've never been to Spa Castle, please put this on your list. It's in Cumberland, Texas, right next to Dallas, Texas. And it's a 24-hour water resort and spa. You can get massages, pedicures, manicures. They have a nap room where you go into a large room and they got mats on the floors and heat rises up from the floors into the mats and puts you to sleep almost instantly. They have 9 different saunas with different wood paneling and different texture and smells, and they got infrared lighting and tanning beds. They have restaurants. They have a built-in hotel. They have 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools. They have a whole entire bathhouse in the basement with a lounge where you could just get a blanket and curl up on the couch and go to sleep. They got a movie theater room. They got an indoor pool with a big screen and a bar where you could pull up, and I could go on and on about this place. So every other month, I would jump on a plane from the ATL and fly to Dallas and stay here for a weekend and just get that water therapy. They got jacuzzis. They got a communal jacuzzi. They got a cold jacuzzi. I could just go on and on about Spa Castle, man. I miss Spa Castle. So when I do go home to the United States, I do make a habit to try to get back there from time to time, because, you know, it's just a great spot, man. You can turn up, have a good time, come back feeling relaxed and rejuvenated. And this is in Medellin, Colombia, dressed up as Neo from the Matrix. So, you know, I'm a daredevil. I like to break away from the programming and just live my best life and do my own thing. Now, here I am in Costa Rica. This is whitewater rafting. And before I went outdoor skydiving, I went indoor skydiving first just to learn the mechanics, so I would know what I was doing and wouldn't just be out there about to kill myself. All right. And then when you're traveling, you meet some of the best people you've ever met in the world. Everybody's happy, carefree, on vacation, you know, living their best life, just doing their thing. And so whether that is on the beach or a cruise or festivals, you know, just you're going to get out there, you're going to meet people, and you're going to have a great time. And here I am in Cartagena at Tortuga volcano covered in mud. I am rock climbing at the highest summit in Texas. Cartagena, smoking up the Heber, you know, in this penthouse that overlooked the whole city, zip lining at Costa Rica, horseback riding, 4-wheelers, Segway tours, a little tour in Tennessee of Rock City. All right, and in Vegas, my niece got married out there last year in August, so I flew out there for 10 days, and I rented this little black Corvette while I was out there the whole time. So when I wasn't just chilling at the casino, I would jump in this bad boy, put the top down, and just drive around. And then I took a helicopter tour to the Grand Canyon, and it was one of the best excursions I've ever been on. It landed in the belly of the Grand Canyon, and it's so far below sea level or the ground level that there's no sound. Sound doesn't even travel that low. So it's kind of eerie, and you still feel like you're underwater because it used to be an ancient ocean. And boom, here are 2 of my babies right here. So these are my Lincoln MKZ hybrids. One is white, one is black, but they're identical. They're black labels. They got the panoramic sunroof. They can parallel park themselves, and they're hybrids. So, but you don't have to plug them in. And you fill them up on 1 tank of gas, they can take you over 575 miles before they go empty. And then all you got to do is pull over and fill it back up. So it's a lot of fun to drive, smooth, elegant. Like, you can change the interior lights of the cars. There's 6 different colors. And, you know, I had them, like, I just blacked out the wheels and put the calipers red. And that's pretty much all you had to do to them. They was just smooth. And this is my third baby. This is the BMW i8 with the gull-wing doors. And hanging up in the background are my foldable electric bikes. I mixed those. I wish I had those here. So I purchased those from Amazon. And, you know, you get on them, you paddle about 10, 15 miles, you get tired, you flip a switch, and then you just come back on electricity. So, you know, I used to love to take those out to the Silver Comet Trail and have a good time. And because they fold, you could easily put them in the car. You didn't even need a bike rack, but I still had a bike rack just in case, though. And boom, here I am. This is at my villa in the DR. And this is my setup, sort of the setup that I'm on right now. So I'm on my MacBook. Right here, I had a gaming laptop, but I had lost the charger. But I had bought a MacBook Pro as a backup. So I had to pull that out the box and set that up while I waited for my charger to be shipped from the United States back in, because I couldn't find one here. But anyway, this is the setup that I have. 3 monitors so I can see, you know, different screens. And this is the villa that I rented for a year in the Dominican Republic. So it was in a gated community, 24-hour security. I pretty much knew everybody. You know, you make friends pretty quickly. And this is the villa, just laid out. It's about 3,500 square feet, so spacious, private pool. I bought some gazebo chairs and a grill and, you know, upgrade the place a little bit. So that's a gazebo in the back. That's a little massage room. Three bedrooms. Each one had a king size bed, air conditioning, all the amenities and bells and whistles. And, you know, go to the grocery store, spend about $400 or $500. So you're good for the whole, well, 2 weeks. That's how much, well, we had to go every 2 weeks. So, you know, just a lot of fun, man. Just out here living your best life. Now I'm in Brazil and I plan on being here for at least a year. So here I am on a field trip with other Amazon sellers. So as you can see, I rub elbows with people who, you know, think the same as I do and, you know, all about, you know, growing their business, scaling the business, making money and not playing any games. And there are 4 different types of people that I know. The first person has no job, so that leaves them with a lot of time, but no resources to travel, and obviously no money. The second person is a person who has a job, but no time because they're always working, and limited resources to travel. And of course, they got money, but they're probably robbing Peter to pay Paul every paycheck. Next is a self-employed individual who still has no time because they dedicate all their time to running their business. And now they probably have more resources to travel because they probably make more money. And of course, you know, they got money, but again, their restriction is time. I try to get you out of all 3 of those modes and get you over to business owner mode. You know, boss up on Amazon. So that way you can have your time, you can travel, and you're going to have more money than you've ever had in your life or than you know what to do with. And 90% of all startups fail. So I just want to put that out there. I've seen this over and over and over again. But again, because this is not a course, this is a mentorship. About 30% of my mentees are succeeding and they're thriving and they're growing. Now, of course, I can't handle the rate at which my clients grow because I can't get on the plane, fly to everybody's house, knock on their door, be like, all right, listen, you're not working in your Amazon business the way you're supposed to. You could be growing a lot faster or making more money if you order a product every single day instead of, you know, 1 or 2, 3 products a week. So again, I can't control the rate of growth, but, you know, just by me mentoring people, 30% of my clients are experiencing success. I wish it was 100%, but that's just not realistic because some people have emergencies that happen in their lives, a death in their family, a layoff, a divorce, you know, they get sick and that pulls them away from the Amazon business. So those are variables that I can't control or nor account for. And so again, Amazon was launched in 2006. It serves 51% of the planet. And you probably didn't know this, but Walmart, Home Depot, Costco, CVS, Target, Lowe's, Walgreens, Kroger, and Best Buy are the 9 largest retailers in the United States. And what you probably didn't know is that Amazon is larger than all 9 of those put together. So they're worth 1.4 trillion, where those other 9 were worth a little over 1.07 trillion. So Amazon is already crushing the competition 10 times over. So, you know, Amazon business gives you the capacity to reach 185 countries. And by the way, there are only 195 countries in the world. So you can see they already have a marketplace share of almost 88%. So, you know, Amazon will give you access to 100 fulfillment centers worldwide and then 15 global sorting centers. So again, this is a global business. You know, you're going to start off just selling toys like this, where you can grab this from Target for $16.99. And then you're going to send it into Amazon and it's going to retail for $52.98. So that means your profit is going to be $22 and your ROI is going to be 133%. As you can see here, it sells 45 times a month. There are 3 sellers. He had the first person has 6 in stock. The next 2 only have 1 in stock. And the first 2 sellers are selling it at $44.98. And the last person is selling it for $52.98. So here's a breakdown. 1, you buy it for $16.99. 2, send it into Amazon, sell it for $52.98. Amazon takes their fee, $13, $14, and then they direct deposit to your bank account, $39.84 cash. So that means your profit was $22.85, but you reimburse what you paid for the product of $16.99. So you made $39.84. All right. So again, you buy it for $16.99, sell it for $52.98. Boom. After Amazon takes their $13, $14 out, you got $39.84 that you're left with. A percentage of this $39.84 is your reimbursement for what you paid for the product, and then the remaining is the profits. All right, so here's one of my real world items that I used to buy on the regular. This is a sewing machine. It used to cost me $119. I would send it into Amazon, sell it for $259. So that's a $77 profit and a 66% return on the investment. All right, now I purchase 5 at a time. And so that means that, with just 5 minutes worth of work, I would make $385 profit. And I would be happy with that. And here's another one of my old school products. This is a digital electric smoker I used to buy from Home Depot. I used to pay $187 for it, and then it would retail on Amazon for $500. So I would make profit of $135 every time I sold one, or 72% ROI, and of course I would purchase 8. So again, here's a breakdown. Buy 8 for $187, that's $1,500. Sell on 8 for $499, boom, that's $4,000. Amazon would take out their fee, which would be $1,416.25, and then they would direct deposit to my bank account $2,583.67. So if you're doing the math, I was reimbursed the $1,500 that I paid for the product, and then boom, I just made $1,000 profit. So just doing this every day is how you make $1,000 a day. $1,000 a day in profit will mean you're gonna make $30,000 for the month. Now, that's the kiddie pool level, and as promised, I'm going to take you from the kiddie pool to the adult pool, where there's music, maybe some recreational uses. There's a pool, there's loud music, there's sunshine, there's alcohol, there's bikinis, and everybody's looking their best in their shape. But that's the kiddie pool level. I want to graduate you to the adult pool where it really goes down. So I'm gonna give you a cap and gown and a certificate, walk you across the stage, and then upgrade you to Amazon wholesale. So here's a little product that on average sells about 1,300 times a month. It says the average is 922, right? So I would purchase this product for $24.99. No, hold on, that's not right. Where is it? I think I put it on this other page. Okay, getting ahead of myself right now. Let me go back. All right, where's my purchase price? Okay, I didn't put my purchase price in here. I thought I had it in here. All right, so I didn't put my purchase price in here, but you can see that I can't remember what my purchase price is, but you can see just how many times a month this thing sells. And so right here, 1 through 10 is blank. So that means that this product is out of stock. And you can see when I scanned this in February, February, 2 months ago now, that, it had only sold 54 times. And that's because nobody else had it in stock. So imagine if you had 500 of these in stock. And of course, your profit would be $15.81 every time you sold one. So if you just multiply 15 times 81, you're definitely winning. And you could have sold all of those, if not more, because that would only be 554. But again, if you keep it in stock, it could sell 1,300 times a month, maybe 1,360 at the most. All right. Now, here's another product. If you grew up on Uno, if you know what Uno is, or if you ever played Uno, then Uno is just another product. So you can purchase this for $5.45, and you can retail it for $24.99. So, you can purchase 56 of them because that's how much room there is to purchase. So you can see 1,189 divided by 20, 1,189 sales per month, as you can see right here. And then the second one sells 1,250 times per month. There's only 21 sellers. So if you look over here, 6 FBA sellers, 15 FBM sellers. So that leaves that you can purchase 56 of these at $8.18 and make $457 per month. And that's how doing the math is. It's really just that simple. All right, and here's a Disney toy, right? 2 sellers, Amazon and 1 FBM seller. And on average, this is selling 12, 13, 1,400 times per month if they can keep it in stock. So it's saying that the estimated sales is 1,021. You buy this for $9.99, you sell it for $27. Your profit is $4.81. The return on investment is 48%, and you're making a killing. You're going all the way to the bank. Now, again, I spoke to you about the fastest growing Amazon marketplaces. Brazil is up 220% year on year. All right, followed by Saudi Arabia, which makes up the UAE, United Arab Emirates. Australia is 47% growth. Japan at 53%, and Turkey is 80%. But man, Brazil is 220% growth. So I'm here in Brazil right now. I'm about to get a stranglehold on this whole country's marketplace and make tens of millions of dollars doing so. And all I want to know is who wants to join me. All right. And so again, I set you up for success. So that means helping you get your LLC, your EIN number from the IRS, a business license, a business bank account, your reseller's permit, a business address and phone, a 1-800 phone number, a business website, and then I register your business with Dun & Bradstreet. And if you need credit repair, then just let me know. I can point you in the right direction. And so that's my formula. I know whether or not a product is profitable, what my return on investment is, how many FBA sellers I'm going up against, how many merchant sellers I'm going up against, how much inventory does my competition has. Knowing how much inventory they have is a very important metric. Then I know what the best seller rank is and whether or not a product is going to sell more or sell less. I know whether or not I'm eligible to even sell the product. And then, how many sales per month is it bringing in? Is it bringing in 50 sales per month or 5,000 sales per month? And then, of course, how to sell internationally. That's big business. And last but not least, I'm going to teach you trade secrets. 10 years worth of trade secrets. It's going to set you apart from the competition and allow you to grow your business to $10, $15, $20,000 in 6 months just by following the script. So what we do is real simple. We arbitrage. We source products at a low price, ship those products into Amazon. Amazon sells them at a higher price. And then boom, we pocket the difference. And we can rinse and repeat this in an unlimited number of times with an unlimited number of products. There is no limit. And as I reiterated over and over again, Amazon is a global marketplace. United States, 2.331 billion. Canada, 133 million visitors. Mexico, 48 million. UK, 403 million. Germany, 513 million. It goes on and on and on, on and on and on. And then you can see the languages that are supported. But no problem. If you don't speak the language, I got you. I can show you how to convert it over. Now, This is not multi-level marketing. This is not a sweepstake. This is not none of that. It's not a pyramid scheme. So I pulled this out of one of the Facebook groups that I'm in, and this person said basically his best friend asked him what's his Amazon storefront name because he was curious. So he told him, and boom, that person went and basically stole all their products and set up an Amazon store that was similar. So they just created unnecessary competition for themselves by opening their mouths. So, that was Glenn Carter's mistake. So the only thing you'll have to do is don't share your Amazon account with anybody. Keep that top secret to the chest, confidential, because Amazon is going to give you all your customers you could ever want for free. So you ain't got to say, hey, can you go to my website, purchase my products, support me, or support a Black-owned business. It's not necessary. And in case you haven't figured out by now, this is digital real estate, guys. So basically, all you're going to be doing is purchasing up real estate, and then you're going to sell that product. And that's it. You don't have to flip the house. You don't have to repair the roof, the plumbing, none of that. You're just buying a product brand new and then reselling it brand new. And that's completely legal. Again, there's nothing unethical about it. You're just helping consumers on Amazon find the products that they're looking for because they can't find it in stores. And retail is dying very, very quickly. All right, now, I'm always doing my homework into other companies. And so this is a company called Automation Allowance, and these fools are trying to charge you $18,000 to set you up with an Amazon account. And so that's not what you want to do. $18,000 is way too much money to learn this, and all you're getting is a couple of websites for you to go and watch. Here's another company called Amazon Automation. These fools want $15,000 plus a minimum matching capital contribution of $50,000. Nah, that's not how we're doing it around here. And here's a team of VAs who will work with you to grow your Amazon account, but they want 50% of your profits. So, if that's something that's cool with you, then by all means, test them out because they will grow your account. And if you want to take the easy way out, or you're lazy, or you don't like to put in work, boom, here are, 3 to 5 courses that you can purchase, on another website and hope that you learn everything you need to know for free. But remember, you're getting this information pretty much for free because it's only $119. So that's going to give you access to limited information. And so what does Master Wayne charge? Well, Master Wayne has a one-time sign-up subscriber fee of just $2,500. And, I hear a baby crying in the background, I think. So, you want to always be cognitive of making the right decision so you can get yourself out of the predicament you're in. Because remember, how you do anything is how you do everything. So if you're coming home every day and you're doing the same thing, you're going to be stuck there. You got to take risks. You got to cut the cord, and you got to be willing to have a little faith and jump out there. Because as you can see, the layoffs are now coming. We're post-pandemic and we're seeing the damage and destruction left behind. So this is your opportunity to get ahead of that and build and leave that behind. And again, it's just a one-time investment of $2,500 for plan A. And I take a 15% equity stake in your Amazon business. And so when Amazon starts to pay you out every 2 weeks, you give me a 15% kickback. Everybody wins. All right. And here's my plan B, the VIP premium plan. So for $7,500, one-time investment, you get an equity buyout, which allows you to keep 100% of your profits. I have nothing to do with it, nothing to say. So I hope that helps. And I appreciate you, putting in the work and watching this whole presentation, because, this is where you start and change your life, me and PhillyDom were at the mall earlier today. He's going to upload the video tomorrow, but you can see, how boss moves. And yes, I do have payment plans. So if you don't want to make the whole payment at one point in time, no problem. There's payment plans. But if you do the payment plan, you end up costing you a little bit more because of the interest. And again, I set you completely up. We're talking LLC, EIN number, business license, resellers permit, a website. I set you up for success. Now, monthly expenses. So for the Prep and Ship Center, one-time fee of $49. And then all your software plus your Amazon seller account, that's going to run you $377 per month. So where in the world can you have a global business for $377 per month? I don't think it's doable, but if you know of a way to do it, then please let me know, because I would love to look into how they're doing it. And boom, here's a summary. First thing we do is set up your Amazon account to get you approved as an Amazon seller. 2, we format your Amazon account for the FBA business model and get you ready to go. 5, register you for the softwares and then sync them up with Amazon and get them to communicate in real time with each other. 4, I'm gonna add you to the WhatsApp family group, and everybody welcomes you in, and then you post your results as you start growing. So it keeps you motivated, keeps everybody engaged. 5, orientate you to Seller Central and all the softwares that you'll need to be successful. 6, start training you how to research and analyze all products so you can cherry pick the best products and the winners. And number 7, set up and format your Prep and Ship spreadsheet. 8, show you how to use your repricer, back up your data, and reverse analyze other sellers. 9, how to get cash back extension, coupons, and cash back cards. And 10, I'm gonna graduate you from the kiddie pool to the wholesale and manufacturing game. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I am Master Wayne, and now we're gonna open up for a couple of questions, because I know you guys definitely have some questions. So lay them on me, please. All right, question number 1. This is facts. My VA hits me on WhatsApp with a product that has been analyzed with artificial intelligence. If I'm interested, I receive an invoice. I pay the invoice, screenshot the confirmation, and send it to him, and that's it. Yeah, so Colin is one of my clients, and he's already got this system in place. And now his VA is using AI to actually analyze the products for him and help him make a better informed buying decision. All right, next question. Okay, I don't see a lot of questions in here tonight. I think we did a good job with answering the question. Sounds like all right, Derek Lewis says, thus it sounds like a hustle and Ponzi scheme. And again, I went over this in the beginning. You know, I have 6 other people now making 10,000 or more with Amazon. You know, I'm a self-made millionaire through Amazon myself. And we're talking about Amazon. What part of Amazon is a Ponzi scheme? You know, I'm teaching people how to duplicate my success, because I've been doing this for 10 years, you know, and I've done close to 87 clients. And so if I just had one unhappy client, it would be all over the internet. You would know about it. So now I put my heart and soul into every client individual. I teach you step by step how to grow this business and scale it up. So Derek, this is not a Ponzi scheme. You know, if you've been paying attention and you haven't been living under a rock for a couple of years, then you would know that Amazon started off selling books, and then they merged into selling everything else. And 60% of all the products sold on Amazon are put there by third-party sellers. So you sitting here thinking that this is a Ponzi scheme, this means that you're not in the know, and you're probably just going to continue to work that 9 to 5 until there is no more Social Security, and when you can't work anymore because you're 75 years old, you're going to be thinking about back to this day and wishing that your mindset was a little different and that you weren't thinking that this was a Ponzi scheme. Because I already have 6 bosses under me doing big things. So, you got to change your mindset first and foremost, because how you do anything is how you would do everything. So if your mindset is pessimistic, you've already lost, because you're not going to take action and you're not going to follow through because you're not a believer. You're a naysayer. Yeah, Trey Poppy and Conrado saying they definitely have to tap into this. Yeah, man, there's no time like the present, because before you know it, you're going to look up and the rest of the world going to start to catch on. And at that point, it's going to be too late. So you got to get into the game while it's young and it's hot, and you can get in here and make some unbelievable life-changing money. I'm looking for additional questions. All right, and Conrado Pena is like, teach me, what is it that I need to do? Conrado, you need to hit me up on WhatsApp, send me your full name and your email address, and I'll shoot you over a copy of my contract along with 2 PDFs. The first PDF is called Getting Started, and it outlines exactly that, how to get started. So what payment options are available for you, and also a Amazon registration paper that sort of breaks down, how much it is to register with Amazon, how much you got to pay every single month. Let me see what else. Oh, and then how to prepare for the Amazon seller application process. The application process can be very difficult. If you don't get that right, you'll be out of business before your business even starts. So, this is what I do. This is what I'm here for. I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step and minimize the mistakes that you can potentially make. So that way, you'll know that you're on your way to success. All right. See if we got any more questions over here. Yeah, no, I don't see any more. Okay, what's up, Carlos? Yes, Carlos is the client. You guys, he was sitting right where you sitting at tonight. And Carlos actually told me that, he looked at this earlier, probably a couple of months ago. And, he just watched a few more presentations as he was fact checking. He wanted to see if my information was going to switch up and whether or not I was going to change my story. But when you're telling the truth and you get it to people real, and they see you in that regards, there's no need to lie, cheat, and steal. Life is going to be abundant and give you everything you could ever wish for anyway. So again, here's my email address, here's my WhatsApp number, and that's my Instagram. So make sure you hit me up on the gram too and follow me, and I'll follow you back. And let's start working together, man. I'm looking to work with about 13 more clients, and then that's it. Master Wayne is out the game. And, I'll always be able to look back on all the people that I helped. And, we're going to be family of friends now for a lifetime because of it. All right. I think that's all the questions. Yep. And then also my Facebook is Wayne.McShay. So that's facebook.com/Wayne.MC to the SHAY. All right, so if that's all the questions, I want to thank you guys for bringing on the presentation with Master Wayne and PhillyDom. We went out to the mall today to Bella Vista, and he's going to be dropping that video a little bit later, probably with a short attached to it. So make sure you watch that. Make sure you understand that you weren't able to get into line because they had something going on. And so say hello. Y'all say hello to your sister-in-law right here. She's the one that you'll see in the video with me and PhillyDom at the shopping mall, you know, having a good time, bought her phone, and we went to the movies to see the Michael Jordan Air movie on how he got partnered with Nike, even though he wanted to be with Adidas, and how Mike got a percentage of all MJ's sold. So his mother put that deal together for him. So, you know, this is the life, guys, that's waiting for you. But you gotta strike while the iron is hot. You can't be afraid. You gotta get up out of your comfort zone and go out and grab life by the kahunas. Because if you don't, nobody's gonna hand you anything, you know. And it's funny because, you know, when Philly was telling me when he was starting his YouTube channel, he was like, you know, his own family, you know, kind of laughed at him, like, oh, okay, yeah, you're gonna do YouTube. Well, now that brother is closing in on 120,000 subscribers. And I went through the same thing. You know, when I first started my Amazon business, my brother's like, okay, well, what you going to sell? I was like, well, my first product is going to be a pair of nail clippers. And they almost laughed me up out of my mama's house. But now they're watching me live my best life on social media, and they see how I pull up and how I'm looking and smelling like money when I go home for family, you know, get-togethers or funerals or wedding holidays. And meanwhile, you know, they're struggling. So I got three brothers that fit that scenario, and I only one successful, and they're too prideful to say, okay, listen, bro, sit us down and show us what you're doing. And so, you know, when you decide to take this Amazon journey, you know, hopefully you got supportive people in your corner, because of course you always gonna have the naysayers be like, nah, that's a scam, it's not gonna work, and they're gonna try to talk you out of it. And you know, if you allow that, it's gonna be one of the worst mistakes you've ever made. No, never let anybody talk you out of your dream. That's why, for the most part, you don't even share your dreams. So that's it. I think again we've answered all the questions. So you know, I always enjoy bringing this information to you guys, and I look forward to working with you because there's only 13 slots left, and then that's it. I will officially mentor 100 people, and after that, I'm going back on permanent vacation so I can spend more time with your beautiful Brazilian sister-in-law that I just showed you guys. So, you know, me and PhillyDom are here in Brazil, and we're turning up. You know, PhillyDom's been staying with me. You know, we stay in great accommodations. You know, sometimes I like penthouses and villas. I'm not gonna lie, but you can't always find that. So sometimes you got to just settle for a real nice apartment until you've been in the country long enough to move around and find the accommodations that you want. And so, um, shout out to New Jersey Nomad. He hooked me up with an attorney and a realtor. So I'm gonna be reaching out to them so I can get out in the city, look at some property, and you know, try to find something that I like, because it's gonna be a great investment opportunity. Because here your money is worth 5 times more. So, you know, I like Rio also, but Rio's a lot more crowded and oversaturated, and it's much harder to find the same quality property there that you do here. So again, you know, there's nothing I love more than just working with you guys and making sure that I help you on your way to success. But it all starts with you. It starts with you and it ends with you. And that's why on your tombstone, you have the day you were born and the day that you die, because none of those dates are really important. What is important is that dash right in the middle. And that dash right in the middle is what you're going to do right now. Are you going to be like Derek and be like, oh, this is a Ponzi scheme or a scam, and or talk yourself out of it and never do it? And then see somebody who does take the plunge a year later, and they pulling up clean, whipping in a nice Wraith or a Bugatti or something, and you going to your 9 to 5, picking up 30-pound boxes, putting them on a UPS truck or something. So it's funny because every day I sit down to people who have no idea who I am. And I'm not flashy, I'm not braggadocious, and I don't say anything. It's where I'm sitting down just having a normal conversation with a person, and they never even ask what I do, so I never even tell them. So again, get out your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to ask questions, and definitely don't be afraid to take action. Because you know every time you buy a pair of shoes, they're all the same. So it's never about the pair of shoes. It's about the individual who steps into those pair of shoes. So again, it's not about Amazon. It's all about you. And whether or not you're going to step into Amazon and help utilize the power of that behemoth to give you financial success like I've done over the past 10 years. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this presentation. I love doing this for you and look forward to working with some of you. And some of you are already ready and you're probably ready to send me your contact information, your full name and your email address. That's what I'll need to get you started. So if you WhatsApp me, make sure it's your full name and your email address so then I can forward you my contract, my getting started checklist, my Amazon registration checklist, and last but not least, you'll be able to call me and ask me questions in real time. So, Master Wayne, signing off. Appreciate you. Love you, PhillyDom. Appreciate you.
Bless me. We'll talk to you later.